Hey everybody. So I'm going live again. This took forever to upload, or to get on. I was like waiting for like 10 minutes here, so kind of got me off surprise, or caught me by surprise whenever it actually went live. Hi everybody. Hope you're doing well. So I'm doing another video, another breakup video, I guess. So I kind of wanted to talk about Stafford and my relationship, our like break, what caused it, and or what I see as causing it, and a solution to that. And it's not to say my hair looks. Is that how I want my hair to look? Sorry. And it's not to say that. What am I trying to say? I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'm just talking. Um, no. Okay. So Stafford and I have decided to take a break, I guess. Break up, I guess. I consider it a break. I think he considers it a breakup, but we both know that we love one another more than anything in this world, and I think we're going to hopefully try to work it out. Just go a different way about it. Um, so our problem actually is this looks so. I'm so sorry. It looks so uneven and weird. Anyway, um, God, I miss him. I miss him a lot. Uh, let's see. So our problem came. Um, I started to focus almost solely on school and doing photography work, and Stafford was busy with work, and we both were super busy. And to me, and how I kind of saw things and how I kind of see things still, is that I wanted to show love by repaying everything that he did whenever I came here by supporting us. I wanted to kind of step up and support us as well. So, and to pay that back. So I've been focusing on going to school. I get paid to go to school because of my GI Bill because I was in the Air Force. Um, and with that, I've also been focusing on photography, and I've been getting a lot of photography gigs, I guess, gigs, I don't know, photography jobs, and um, that's been paying a decent amount, but I've been trying to keep a focus on keeping that going because I wanted to, like, to me, that's how I show love. That's how I was showing love. In my mind, I was showing love through doing all of this stuff and staying busy and staying focused on making myself better and getting in a better place and a more stable place so that whenever it came time, Stafford and I would have a stable future together. And that's what my focus was just working on trying to be the best I could be so that we could be the best we could be. And in that, I lost focus and connection on Stafford, and that was my failing point. And I feel like that's my failing point in general. Like, um, I end up getting focused on work and getting focused on trying to do things better and make money so that I can support him, so that we can support each other, so that we can be better together. And in that, I don't know that I communicate exactly what I'm doing or how. I don't know that I show that, and I don't know that I show exactly why I'm doing it. And I feel like he thinks or thought that maybe it was like dropping him off and just focusing on that stuff. But in all reality, that's the whole reason I was doing that stuff was for him, like, and for us. And so I missed that communication. I didn't get to communicate that, and it's horrible. And that's where it all started. So the start of all of this was me. Like, it was definitely my fault. Something I did wrong, and I feel miserably horrible for it. Like, I know that what I was doing had good intention, but I know that I didn't communicate that in a way that could connect with him so that he could see, oh my God, he actually is doing this because he cares about us and cares about me. Um, and I lost the physical. I became focused on future and focused on getting level so much that I stopped actually focusing on the now and focusing on hey, he's right here. I need to be spending time with him. Along with doing this, I need to be spending time and focusing on him. And he, sadly, and I hate this, I absolutely fucking hate this. With a passion, I fucking hate this. He felt, in it all, he felt neglected. And I never, ever want for him to feel neglected or to feel left out or to feel like I don't care. But he felt that. And he didn't really communicate it. I don't know that it was his responsibility to communicate it. Um, I didn't communicate what I was struggling with and what I was going through, and he didn't communicate what he was struggling with me, struggling with what I was going through, which I guess is really crazy, and it's a like big love circle because we both love one another and we're both focused on these different things, and we're failing to communicate and to connect on that, and that is where my failure was. That is where our failure was, and so with that, and I don't blame him for this, and I don't, stepping outside of it, I understand it, I get it, I completely get it, and that's what I've had to do is take a week. We've taken a week apart now so far. God, I miss him so bad. But we've taken a week apart, and in that week, I've been able to kind of think about things and look at things, and I get it. I get what he had to do, but since I wasn't giving him the attention that he deserved, he didn't know how to communicate that he needed that attention or that he felt neglected, and he sought that attention elsewhere. And that got us to this point. Well, not quite. I found out that he was seeking that attention elsewhere from an ex, and that they were doing and saying stuff that they probably shouldn't be doing and saying to each other, but it was like I wasn't there for him, so he felt that was the way to go. And I actually have, and this is bad, but I have verbally said that, if you need to cheat, cheat. I didn't say that to him, but I have written about it and I've talked about it to other people, and if you feel like something is missing and you need that to be able to keep on going in the relationship that you're in, and you're missing pieces, like as long as like your person, your guy, your girl is like delivering everywhere else and they're just missing a couple of things, then seek that thing or those things that are missing out elsewhere so that you can still have happiness and still be happy in the relationship you have. And while I've advised that, it's much harder whenever you're on the receiving end of that and you realize that he's seeking out something you're not delivering. And in that you kind of feel like, oh God, what am I doing wrong? I'm horrible. Something is horribly wrong with me. And reality, nothing's horribly wrong with you. You might be missing some things. You might have some things you have to work on, but they're still with you. And I've said that, and I've written about this. They are still with you, so that means that they love you. It's not all just bad that they are going and seeking this elsewhere. And it probably is just a temporary thing, but it doesn't make it easy for the person that ends up being cheated on. And I'm not even saying that he cheated. I don't know fully what happened. I know bits and pieces, and those bits and pieces hurt like crazy, and I didn't know how to handle it in the moment, and so I would scream and yell, and I didn't want to break up with him. Like I was like, I love you, and I know we're meant to be together, and I know that you're seeking this thing out elsewhere, but I don't get why. Why? Why couldn't you have just communicated that something was missing or something was wrong? And I don't know, and he really didn't have answers, and I don't know that I should have expected him to have answers, but I screamed at him, and that was bad. So I can speak to what I did wrong in that, and I wish I had taken a step back and been like, okay, I need to try to understand this. And this week apart has actually kind of helped that a lot. I've been able to kind of step back and like look at it and know that, okay, it's not because he doesn't love me, because he does. He loves me. I know this because I look into his eyes and I know that he loves me more than anything in this world. So it's not that. But I took a step back and realized that, hey, I wasn't really doing that great at showing him affection, and I'm sure he felt like out of place, and maybe even he might have even felt like I was headed towards breaking up with him, which was not the case at all. Um, Even this time, I didn't break up with him, and I don't want to break up with him because I love him. Like I see my actually see myself with him for the rest of my life, and um, maybe that won't end up happening, maybe not, but I know that I'm giving this my all, and I'm staying as completely loyal to him as possible. Um, so yeah, it wasn't headed toward a breakup, but maybe he felt that, and maybe he felt like I was frustrated or upset with him, and I wasn't. Like I wasn't. I was just focused on school and work so that we could have a better future together. Like I want the best future possible for us. I want whenever we are 40 and 50, or well, actually it would be 40 and 50, because we're 11 years apart. So whenever like 40 and 50 and older, I want him to have everything that he needs, everything that he wants, and I know that right now building the foundation for that is crucial. So I've been working hard on that, but maybe I was working too hard on that. Actually, I know I was working too hard on that, and he felt neglected in it, and that sucks because whenever you realize that someone that you love as much as I love Stafford is hurting or feels left out or feels neglected, and you realize that you might have caused that inadvertently, it sucks. It really sucks. Um, I miss him a lot, and it's been a rough week. It's been good. It's had good parts, and I've been able to actually step back and think, which is something I feel like we need. Like I feel like I don't know that we're gonna get back together. Like I know we're not getting back together right away, because I have promised myself that we would take a step back if we were to ever try this again. We'd take a step back and we'd go through the steps because we haven't ever gone through like all the steps. Like whenever we met, I was on my journey. I was traveling doing a photography project, and so whenever we met, I was doing that. We didn't get a chance to really date, and so I kind of want to take a step back and actually do that. And I have kind of set up and if he doesn't even agree to even come back or to even give this a chance, then I have to be understanding of it because he is his own person. But my goal for that would be to be friends, go on dates, spend time together, and like rekindle like what we had when we first met, and then go from there. And I think that even like avoiding like the boyfriend label would be best. Um, and I just want to date. I want to feel like I want to spend time with him. Like we both want to spend time together, and and that's important. Like instead of it feeling like oh we're boyfriends and we're forced into this like. And I don't want the controlling part of it. I want us to both be able to have friends, to both be able to live our own lives and have fun, but then be able to come home and spend time together and still do fun stuff together out too. But yeah, I I don't know what I was gonna say. I could keep on repeating I miss him, but obviously I miss him a lot. Yeah, so I think that a good relationship takes a lot of communication and forgiveness. And you have to maybe take a step back, but whenever things go wrong, take a step back and look at the whole situation and then forgive. As hard as that is, and maybe even take a week or two apart or take some time apart whenever something goes wrong in your relationship and realize that, hey, yes, he messed up, or yes, she messed up, but our love is really strong and it's stronger than this, and I can forgive him because we have like a build up. Like, I guess it's kind of like having a bank, and you have this bank of like all these moments, all these great moments that, hopefully, great moments that you've shared in your relationship, and you build this like banking account, the savings account. Every time that you feel love and you feel like the great moments, you're like putting those into like a bank account, and then something uh, bad might go wrong, or something bad might happen. And then whenever that bad thing happens, maybe you take a little bit out of that savings, but there's still so much there, and it's enough to be able to cover those bad things that might happen. And I feel like that's us. I feel um, like I love him so much, and we have so many great moments and such a beautiful relationship that it can overcome this. I believe that. I believe that 100%, 1,000%, which isn't even possible, but yeah. So, uh, yeah, you have to be forgiving. You have to communicate. Like I should have, from the get-go, been like, hey, babe, I'm working a lot, and this is why I'm doing it. This is what I'm doing, and if you want to see my laptop and what I'm doing, feel free, ask me, and I'll show you, and actually get him involved in stuff so he can actually see, like, oh wow, he's doing this and like getting this photography gig, and he has that photography thing coming up, and he's making this much money. That's going to be a lot for us. And he's going to school to be able to get a degree so that he can do even more work and make more money for us so that we can have a stable life, so that whenever, God willing, I guess God willing, if you believe in God, I don't necessarily. Anyway, so um, whenever it happens that you might have kids or you have all this other stuff going on, it just adds to the balance and it helps things out. And so I wish that I had done that. I didn't do that. Instead, I was like, I don't want him to worry about this, so I'm not going to put it on him. I'll just keep on focusing on this. And then, like I said, he ended up feeling neglected. And I wish that he would have come to me and been like, hey, I'm really feeling neglected, babe. I really want to spend time with you. You're just super busy all the time. Would you be willing to take some time away so that we can like cuddle and talk and just spend time together? And I would have like gladly stepped away, and because I can always make time for him because I love him. He's my baby. Um, yeah. So communication, and forgiveness. It's essential for any relationship. Communication, forgiveness. People are people. They're going to make mistakes. I made mistakes. He made mistakes. And if you love each other, you take a step back, figure out how to move forward and forgive those mistakes, and then move forward. But communicate. Also communicate. Communicate is like the number one relationship skill. Like if you can get that, if you can learn how to communicate with your partner, your boyfriend, your whatever, you're gonna win. You're winning. And that's what I've discovered. That's definitely what I've discovered. You got to communicate, and it's something that I failed at. I felt horribly. I mean, I felt horribly at the communication part, definitely. And so yeah. So if you are working on a relationship, yeah, keep that in mind. Keep in mind that we're all just human. Someone might slip up. You both might slip up. But communicate, forgive, get over it, realize that you love each other maybe more than anything in the world, and that is more powerful than any mistake that you or your partner could have made. And yeah, because you love. Um, anyway, so that is what happened. That's where we're at. I'm trying to move forward as best as I can. I'm still focusing on me and focusing on doing the best I can, not just for us, but for myself. And yeah, I have a wedding to go and shoot today, which is like exciting. Like I'm excited for the couple, but it's also depressing because you're like, oh, I just went through this break thing, and I'm still in the middle of that, but I'm gonna go shoot a wedding. And whenever I go to shoot weddings, I'm like, oh, that's gonna be so cute. Whenever Stafford and I get married, we can do that. Or wow, that's a horrible idea. Like, that's not happening at our wedding. Or oh, I should take that into consideration. That's a neat idea, you know. And but then like I think like whenever we're broken up or whenever we're on a break, and I go into a wedding, I'm like, God, I hate this. I may have ruined this for us, and or we may have ruined this together. Um, I hope he knows how much I love him. I hope he knows that he's the most important thing in my life. I love him more than anybody else in this whole world. I hope he knows. I can't wait to see him again and hopefully get to spend some great quality time together where I can just step away from photography and school and just focus on him and us being in the moment. But if not, that's life. That's what happens in life. But I know I miss him more than anything. I think I've said that like 100 times, so I'm basically just carrying on about missing him. But I do. I miss him a lot. I'm trying to pretend like he's like on like some kind of vacation or something, or he's just working a lot, and so I can't see him right now, and that's helped. Like, because the first day, like, I cried like nonstop, and then I was like, I can't just cry. I've got to still continue on with life. Life continues on, and so I was like, just think of it as him being like on a vacation with his family, or like maybe he's working a lot, which he is kind of working a lot right now. And so it's just a breakaway, and it's okay. He'll be back. He'll be back eventually. And so that's what I've kind of convinced myself of. I don't know that it's working so great, but I'm trying. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I can't... You guys are like my counselor without even having any kind of input back to me. It's like psychology, and you guys are just listening and never giving your input back. Well, sometimes in comments, I guess you do. But, yeah. If you have advice, please do. Please leave advice in the comments, and I would read it and be able to respond. My roommate just got home. Okay. Well, anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye. That was weird. Okay, bye. Have a good day, guys.